just saw A Quiet Place, so this whole review is going to be ASMR. I'm just kidding, that would suck. A Quiet Place is written and directed by John Krasinski, starring John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, and Noah Jupe. Now, they all live in a world filled with creatures that are blind but have super heightened hearing, so the smallest noise could attract them. We follow this family for about 90 tense minutes where they must stay silent. This is an insane thriller that is tense from the first scene to the last. And I really have to give it props for being so engaging, since below my theater, there was construction going on. Literally, when I saw A Quiet Place about being silent, there was construction below me. 60 minutes of this movie was filled with just that. You know, it wasn't 60 straight minutes and then we got the climax of the film quiet. The first 30 minutes, we would get about 10 seconds of this, then 2 seconds of nothing, then 10 more seconds of this, and that would go on for 30 minutes. Then the middle 30 minutes, we only got like small that, you know? It was like they used a smaller jackhammer for 30 minutes, and then they were like, you know what? This is the really good part of the movie. Let's go back to this. But as this movie went on, it's sort of, I sort of zoned it out a little bit. I got so engaged to these characters and the world that they were in that part of me didn't hear it or feel it all the time, because this movie is so well written and so well acted by everybody. That's the first thing I'm going to talk about is these kids. I mean, they blew me away. It's so hard to find like good child actors these days, and it always has been, and I think it always will be, but every once in a while, I mean, you stumble across a couple gems that just make your movie great. For example, Millicent Simmons was amazing, and for those of you who don't know, she's actually deaf in real life, and she plays the deaf daughter in this film too. She has the most authentic performance in this film, and she is the one that we're most emotionally invested in. At least I was. You feel so much more for her because you really get a sense of all these things that are going on around her and how everything is harder for her that she's deaf. And also Noah Jupe, he was good too. I love these kids. They had great chemistry, not only with each other, but with John and Emily. For me, it's hard to sell me on a family nowadays, but obviously John and Emily have great chemistry, and you can totally tell that they really bonded with these kids over filming this. And as a family, I bought it. There's so much emotion and love shown through all of these characters, and it's just amazing. Now, to get into the movie a little more, I love how we don't start on this sort of day zero type deal where, like in Cloverfield, when just everything is like hitting the fan, things are wild and crazy, and like people are dying everywhere, we don't know what to do. This starts on day 89 or so. It just shows you that this family in particular knows what they're doing. They've survived for this long with these sort of strategies and tactics that they've thought of that help them survive and stay silent. They don't wear shoes. They only walk on sand. They've painted certain parts of the floor in their house that are the least creaky or not creaky at all, so they don't make noise, because these creatures that are in this world are fast. It's not like you make a noise and you can run to safety. You make a noise, 99.9% chance you're dead. It was just really cool to watch smart characters in a horror film for once. The amount of idiotic characters we've seen in horror films is astronomical. It's ridiculous, but these people are actually smart. And I have to applaud John Krasinski and his team of writers. I know there was 2 more writers credited for this film. They did a great job of making these intelligent characters. And I feel like that helps you connect with them more, because in a lot of horror movies, you'll watch someone do something stupid and you'll think, why on earth would you do that? you know? But in this, you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Now, back to the opening of this movie, I think personally it's my favorite part. Don't get me wrong, the rest of the movie is great. And like I said before, so tense. But this first segment that we get is so perfect to me from like a filmmaking standpoint. The shots are beautiful. It's so like perfectly expositional without being expositionally heavy and boring. And I think everybody really dove into their characters and they nailed it. Everyone did. So, one thing I didn't like was the amount of jump scares in this film. I did like how subdued they were because there were a few, but there wasn't too many, in my opinion. I gotta say, there were three really, really good jump scares that totally caught me off guard and worked to build the tension. So there were a couple things here and there that were a little nitpicky, nothing too serious, nothing that's too detrimental to take away from this film being one of the most original and innovative horror thrillers that I've seen in a while. Overall, I had a great time with A Quiet Place, and for a PG-13 movie, it definitely exceeded my expectations. I'm going to give it an A. Definitely go check this movie out as soon as you can in theaters. This is one you have to see in theaters. Make sure there's no construction going on underneath you because, oh my god, it's annoying. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified when I upload again. And leave a comment when you go see the movie. Let me know what you thought. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to talk to you about this movie because I just loved it so much. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next one.